in life, most person get confused about business. They just say business. What's really business? Most people see it as a survival strategy, a means of survival, while others see it as a means of solving the problem in the society. So, to you, what do you think is business?
Okay, so of course, like you said, people have various perspectives and reasons that inspire them to do whatever they call business. Now, so you're igniting something inside of me. Yeah, there's something I believe about business or entrepreneurship generally, and I usually teach that there are 5 levels to entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Now, so sometimes falling into any of those 5 categories can now define whether you're a business person or just an entrepreneur, or you build a system or an organization, that you can commit. So we have the ideal level where something just drops in your mind. There's a gap, there's a need, there's a problem, so and somehow it comes natural with you, or because you're inquisitive, you find out that there's a problem and I can find solution to it. So it has a potential to evolve into becoming a business. And then so that's the idea level. So all of us have ideas.
Yes,
a few of us utilize our ideas. That's why sometimes, I thought about it, and then you see that woman doing their car next door. At that point, the environment physical necessarily does not determine what business you do. It is you who defines the market, creates the market. And I can give you an example. We never had Apple. We never had HP. We never had some of these names that we hear about. So they decided to create the product and make us become aware that we need the product, and then we're all buying it and feeling big that I have an Apple phone or something. Do you understand?
Yeah,
so at that point, they are not just interested in just going to the market. They want to create a brand that speaks to quality to a set of people. So it means a superhead person or somebody who wants to just build regular business cannot think that way. Now, it is so environment. And that's what we say, do you have the traffic in that place where you want to run the business? If you don't, then that business will die on arrival. But a business that is just out of luxury, I just want to do it because there's a class of people I want to reach. That one you don't care. You will define where it should be, and they will locate you wherever. Or pay for it to meet them in the environment.
Wow. It is serious.
For instance, Uyo doesn't have like a proper market. I stand to be corrected. Yeah, because you cannot go to Apanandem or Itam and try to buy gizzard. But that's supposed to be in the market. So someone who just identified that there's no one selling this and doesn't care everybody's coming to buy goat meat and decide to sell gizzard, make provisions for life so it doesn't go bad. So you just keep it there. Before a long period of time, like he rightly said, there will be people who come for it, and before you know it, you have population. And the population is not just people that want to buy. Population also, people who want to come and also evolve in selling gizzard. So everybody's just waiting for who is going to start.
Hello, amazing viewers. Good afternoon from any part of the world. This is reaching you. Welcome to Uproots the Issue podcast, a segment of podcast that uproots every issue, puzzling issue as it affects oneself, the organization, and society at large. And guess what? In today's episode, we are going to look at the problem of this economy, because the economy is already becoming a problem for some persons, and that's why most of us get ourselves doing something. And in the course of doing one thing or the other, we get to see several challenges, several obstacles while sailing in the sea. And so the storm can never stop us from getting to our goals. That is why I will not love you, and I wouldn't like you to miss this particular episode for any reason. And today, we are going to discuss on the topic, thriving with challenges in business. Thriving with challenges in business. Of course, I am your favorite host, Ekebini Ekwere. Feel free at any time and get ready to join us. I'm very happy today. I'm not here in the studio alone. I have two entrepreneurial here in the studio, present here. And starting from my left, I have a business consultant. He is also the lead consultant of McAmus Consulting International. And he is also on a dual capacity. I love this man. He's also one of the directors of Everyday Foods Group, as well as the owners of the Tantalizers franchise here in Akwa Ibom State. From my right, I also have the CEO of Twice as Nice. She is a serial entrepreneur, and she is Miss Joy Essien. So I would love them to introduce themselves. From my left side.
Okay, thank you, Ekemini.
Thank you very much, sir.
As always, I'm better than good. And like I said already, I am Ahmed Michael Mustafa. I consult. I help businesses find solutions to their problems. And I help to also build systems that guarantee sustainability for any type of organization. I think I should stop.
Yeah. Wow, such a nice profile. All right, Ma.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Mr. Ekemini.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to be on set
I'm
with you.
so happy to have you here.
Yeah, my name, like he said, is Joy Emmanuel Essien. I'm the CEO Twice as Nice.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank
you. A business consultant. Thank you, the serial entrepreneur. So let's get to the business of the day. You know, sir, in life, most person get confused about business. They just say business. What's really business? Most people see it as a survival strategy, a means of survival, while others see it as a means of solving the problem in the society. So to you, what do you think is business?
Okay, so of course, like you said, people have various perspectives and reasons that inspired them to do whatever they call business. Now, so you're igniting something inside of me. Yeah, there's something I believe about business or entrepreneurship generally, and I usually teach that there are 5 levels to entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Now, so sometimes falling into any of those 5 categories can now define whether you're a business person or just an entrepreneur, so you build a system or an organization, that becomes a lead. So we have the ideal level where something just drops in your mind. There's a gap, there's a need, there's a problem, there's and somehow it comes natural with you, or because you're inquisitive, you find out that there's a problem and I can find solution to it. So it has a potential to evolve into becoming a business. And then so that's the ideal level. So all of us have ideas.
Yes,
a few of us utilize our ideas. And that's why sometimes, I thought about it, and then you see that woman doing their car next door, but you had thought about it. It's an idea. So as it comes to you, it goes to everybody. Okay, so from that stage, you move to the next stage that we call the hobby level. At that hobby level, you thought about it as an idea, and then you begin to practice. So you just love to make pancakes, and then somehow you're practicing. It doesn't come out that fine, but you just love to make pancakes. So you begin to do them, and then over time, you begin to get better at them. You are inviting friends to come over to your house on the weekends and all that. So you see, for now, somebody will say, oh, that's an entrepreneur, but you're not making any money from it. But you are serving a need. There's a gap that you're feeling. So it takes you from that stage to the next stage, I refer to as the amateur stage. At the amateur stage, you invite friends over and you tell them to pay a token. So it becomes like a side hustle, a gig, you're just trying to get something out of it. So that way you're beginning to become entrepreneurially conscious. So you're either transiting into business gradually because you're intentional from the amateur stage, or it's just coming natural because It is an offshoot of a skill you are developing and a belt. So at that mature stage, you could be a public speaker, one who loves to people, you MC birthday. So say, I just like to talk. I like to make people laugh. So, and guys are making money from laughter. They make people crack their ribs. And, so it was a joke. They used to be like amebo people, but now they pay amebos to make people laugh. That kind of thing. So these are positive ways to look at situations we find ourselves, and then we're beginning to make gain out of what could have been an insult. So at that mature level, you're not living on what you are doing, but you're making small money. So from that stage, you just realize that, wow, this thing is giving me enough money. If I was to give it my entire time, I'm quite sure that I can live on this and live more, because I will make more money. So you do your calculations, you make your plans, and then the next stage you get into is the stage we call the pro level. At that pro level or professional level, at that level, you have decided to carry your 2 feet and get into the water. You are sure that today, this week, next weekend, I'm going to run shows and then I'll make money. And so at that level, you begin to call yourself a consultant.
Wow.
Because you're making enough money to fend for yourself and probably any other dependent, around you. So you're getting the point. So now from that stage, you've been doing it as a lone person. If you've read this Robert Kiyosaki's book, have the 4 quadrants. So, but I'm not going into that right now. So from that professional stage, you now move to the next level, which is the league stage. At that stage is where you begin to build systems. You're employing people. You want your processes to run so that you can have more time to create more things. So these are some of the ways people get into business. So to define business, peculiar to just buying and selling will be limiting the entire thing. So business for me, or entrepreneurship, is when you stumble intentionally or unintentionally on anything that you can make profit from, you become a business person.
Wow. I've just learned now that in business, the very first thing that comes is really the idea, because you need to conceive an idea before you map out a strategy. And you can also have business as a hobby. So that's what moves to this question, ma. Miss Joy, how many years have you, existed in the grounds of business? For how long that now?
Okay. I've been in business over the years, like right from my university days.
Okay.
Like he rightly said, finding yourself into doing something that comes out naturally, and you start giving it attention.
Okay.
And you start building something from it. And before long, you start making profit from it. And then you now realize that, wow, maybe I should give this more attention. So for me, that was how it was more like. So from my university days, I already owned a boutique and a foodstuff shop. Yeah, and then I moved further. And right now we're into distribution of drinks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your level of exposure, because I believe you are actually diverse in business. So as a person that is a lead consultant, and at the same time someone that is also a business consultant and serial entrepreneur, do you think the society actually plays a role in one's choice of business?
Yes and no. Yes, because first, if you are doing business because you want to survive, you want to become profitable and make money, you are not going to do what you're just passionate about, what makes you happy as an individual. That takes us to that point where you have to identify a need, a problem. Is something unique to your environment. Wow. So I agree with the quote, about the environment influencing. That's why one of the key factors we consider at the point of business plan writing is location. Number 1, location. Number 2, location. Number 3, because she is into drinks. She does wholesale, amongst other things she does. If you are not located at Iyon in Akwa Ibom here, it's a market called Iyon. If you are not there and you are a wholesale person, you must have been known before you can operate effectively from outside that market as a wholesaler or distributor. And in fact, key distributors have representatives in that market. So you can't just say, I love Shelter Afrique. I want to open my warehouse in Shelter Afrique. That environment will kill that business. Except, of course, you have your foot soldiers, we refer to as sales reps, who will go out. But when you consider the cost of moving goods from Shelter Afrique all the way to Iyon, why would you waste your time to do that? So the environment determines what kind of business you will do, especially if you are starting out. Now, but you see, at other times, I said no, in the sense that I want to do business. I don't care who comes to buy from me. I want to differentiate because I'm not dependent on my business. It is my passion. I want to grow it until I get to a point where I have a niche for myself and for a select few that I would want to serve. They may not necessarily live where I run my business from, but I'm going to reach them or they will reach me when I have built to that level. At that point, the environment physical necessarily does not determine what business you do. It is you who defines the market, creates the market. And I can give you an example. We never had Apple. We never had HP. We never had some of these names that we hear about. So they decided to create the product and make us become aware that we need the product, and then we're all buying it and feeling big that I have an Apple phone or something. Do you understand?
Yeah,
so at that point, they are not just interested in just going to the market. They want to create a brand that speaks to quality to a set of people. So it means a sufferhead person or somebody who wants to just build regular business cannot think that way. Now, you see, so it is your environment. And that's why we say, do you have the traffic in that place where you want to run the business? If you don't, then that business will die on arrival. But a business that is just out of, luxury, I just want to do it because there's a class of people I want to reach. That one, you don't care. You will define where it should be and they will locate you wherever or pay for it to meet them in their environment.
Wow. This is serious. So, Ma, do you have something to chip in?
Oh, yes. Concerning what was the question, the place and time and
the
right location for business. Yes, the thing is, for instance, Uyo doesn't have like a proper market. I stand to be corrected. Because you cannot go to Apanandem or Itam and try to buy gizzard, but that's supposed to be in the market. So someone who just identified that there's no one selling this and doesn't care everybody's coming to buy goat meat and decide to sell gizzard, make provisions for light so it doesn't go bad. So you just keep it there before a long period of time, like he rightly said, there will be people who come for it. And before you know it, you have population. And the population is not just people that want to buy. Population also, people who want to come and also evolve in selling the gizzard. So everybody's just waiting for who is going to start.
This is interesting. I believe you that is viewing this particular episode now, you are learning a whole lot. And you are actually tapping knowledge from the reservoir, the bank of wisdom from these two entrepreneurs. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please extend your finger and rush down to the subscription button. Click on the icon there and subscribe so that you get posted with every part of this particular segment. And so I believe you are enjoying how we are rolling the dice of this discussion. Possibly, sir, before we run down to a close, I would love to bring this part to, there are certain periods that as a business personnel, there's what we call customer and the business personnel's relationship. You see, sometimes you see how a business person will meet, how you relate with the customer. Your customer comes in to buy and you are boning your face. You might leave your house with frustration and you are passing to the customer. And at the same time, we cannot also disregard that fact that the customers too. They get customers will be like naira and dollar issue. They will just come boost you. They don't care. They don't want to understand what is going on here. Why don't you have this? What they need to know is that you should have this. So you don't give them any silly reason for not having this at this particular time. So as a director with them, one of the directors of Everyday Foods Group, I think you've been having some sort of encounter like thousands of customers every day. How do you blend the relationship? Because I believe there's something that takes a customer to company A rather than company B, but they are still selling the same thing.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, so very quickly, it's a very important point you have raised, and every single business person who wants to guarantee the sustainability of their business must make their customers number one, number two, number three, and number last. Because you are not in business if nobody is buying from you. And so there's what I teach in my customer service training. It's usually taught exceptional customer service. And for us, exceptional customer service is when you give your customers that delightful experience before, during, and after sale, in a pleasant way that they want to come back to you again. So we call them repeat customers. It is the way and manner you attend to them in spite of them. Now, I teach people and I say, it does not matter how your customer is reacting to you, your product, everything. What you should be looking at is their pocket in your mind. Their pocket is what you're interested in. That reaction is an enemy, and you are binding and losing in your mind and smiling even though you're unhappy because they are denigrating your product and everything. Some people come and say, what kind of soup is this? We run a buka. And then sometimes somebody just comes, she knows that soup is exceptional, but they just want to run it down. Maybe they are, the people who are sent, to fight you. So you just say, oh, what? So you must maintain this positive mindset and ensure that you are not manipulated. See, wrong customer service is a product of accepting to be manipulated. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
When you accept somebody to change you from who you are to behave like them, you become manipulated. So you lose out. So if you want to guarantee sustainability, ensure that you become the first, we call it the company of first thought. When a customer wants to buy a product that is in the same line of business that you do, you should become the company of first thought. And how do you do that? You must have gained 60% of the mind share, such that they want to buy beverages. What they just think of is
you.
So at that point, you will have 40% of their pocket and leave 60% of the pocket for the rest of the other people. Because you have taken 60% of the mind, the others who are sharing the 40% will have 40% of the pocket, while you have 60% of the pocket. I don't know if you're getting my point.
Yes, I understand.
It is your way of dealing with customers that they want to come back to you even when they're not buying from you that day. When I used to manage one supermarket in the city, I don't want to mention names. I grew that brand and it was wonderful. It was just one branch, and then, the people used to come back. Why? Because I am this kind of person who likes to admire people, tell them how good they look, and I'm authentic about it. Somebody tells me, your hair is fine. And she knows that the hair is not fine. Why don't you look for something and say, this is your eyebrow, something else. And then it does something to that person because they're coming from everywhere. Everybody, they mad, they hot for everybody. So person can't hit you. You to say who you be. That don't happen. So you don't do that. Let your place as a business become the place of solace and comfort. So people want to come to you even when they're not buying.
Wow. You that is a businessman, don't be carrying your face like someone that is alpha. Smile with your customer, relate well, because that's what will make your customer, that's what will create that mental picture of your brand in the mind of your customer, not necessarily the product, because most of us don't go for the product, but the relationship. So that's what I will come down to your lane. You see that as an entrepreneur, you get challenges more, if not really big, at least. So share with us, what are those challenges, those challenges that you've encountered as an entrepreneur in the business environment? Because from your experience with clothing, you now move to drinks. I believe this period must have been a period that you have actually captured relationship, you've captured interest, and as well captured certain puzzling moments as well, which must have made you, I'm regretting the whole process already. So what kept you on the track?
So I think we should discourage people from being lazy.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you that if you meet 100 businessmen and ask them what their major problem is their staff. And what's the problem? Some of them just come, they want to use you and get settled. They don't know how you made it to. They just come. I heard one of my staff ask the other one, any joy they did for you? The guy now told him, what joy? See, how now they take arrange on herself? Because me, I know the salary man. Okay. As I come now, I know they find salary.
Now just to pick.
And I am paying much more than they are paying in that environment. But the man is not interested. That means even if you triple his salary, his mind is not there. His mind is in how he can daily steal from you. And he wants a short period of time to make it.
Wow.
So that is why you see a whole lot of people want to make it from the blues. And that's why you see a whole lot of business crumble. Because you see like the Igbos, they go to each other, stay in with themselves and learn. You see an Igbo man that has 100 million to start a business. He goes and become a boy to somebody who does not even have up to him. But the person has the experience for him to sustain his market. So he goes to learn what? Yeah. Because it's not just the money.
It's about
sometimes you might have the money for the business, but you don't have what it takes to sustain it. You don't even have what it takes to grow it from 0 to 100.
Wow.
So today you're on the top, tomorrow you're falling. Yes, business have their challenges. Sometimes you wake up and everything with all your calculation is down. But if you calculated to be up, you calculate what is left and reach up again. Because a man who constructed his ladder, when he's shaking, he knows the point that has problems.
Yes. Wow. So, sir, just bringing it to a close, I would love you to, give an advice to entrepreneurs out there, business personnel out there concerning risk. Because now, the entrepreneurs are actually naturally risk bearers, risk lovers, but you get risk, where you go take, where the risk will risk you also. So now, what is your advice to them? Because now we know they bear people now risk the bearers.
Okay, so the business climate is fraught with a lot of challenges. And then because of the current economic climate, it's going to be dastardly dangerous to take certain risks. So even though entrepreneurs or business people are risk takers, we usually say that you should take calculated risk. I hope you heard that. Take calculated risks, meaning then that you will need to sit down, analyze that risk. Is it worth it? If you were to take this risk, how do you mitigate? To mitigate means to reduce the impact just in case it happens. And so as business people, one of the ways you can mitigate certain risks is by ensuring that you buy insurance packages.
Yes.
Have insurance, fire insurance, burglary insurance. It's a need that may arise when you least expect. So that money you keep paying as premium every year is a provision against the bad day that may or may not occur. Now, number 2, ensure that you have a proper process in place to reduce waste or losses. Don't just do your business without proper records and without checks to be sure that you are on course. So people run their business and they leave and think that their businesses are doing well because they do what we call bank balance accounting. Bank balance accounting will kill you when you realize that you need to pay for products and you need to pay for certain expenses. So instead, do book balance accounting where you are looking at what you have sold versus what you have spent, what is left, and other obligations that you have, plus your strategic business that you want to invest money in. That way, you begin to mentally calculate how much you will spend on what. Because you already know that if you go beyond this limit, it's going to affect 1, 2, 3 other areas. That money is in the bank, it's not your money. Now, let me give you a very simple calculation as I wind down. You sold 500,000. Fantastic. That's a lot of money. You sold 5 million today and you are happy because money is hitting your account a lot. Red, blue, green, right? There's red ocean and blue ocean. Talk for another day. Now you see, you saw 5 million and you are happy. You now went and bought a car of 2.5 million. Now let me ask you, what produced that 5 million? Your stock that you sold is actually worth 4.5 million. We call it cost of goods sold. The what generated 5 million is 4.5 million. So you would need to make sure that 4.5 million is set aside for you to be able to restock. So when you went and bought a car of 2.5 million, where do you want to get the remaining 2.5 million to balance the 2 million or let's say 3 million you left there, part of your profit to now buy? That's why they say it's Umpal Fork. You are the Umpal Fork. You are the witch that is destroying your business because your records are in disarray.
Yeah.
So this is how we run business so that you don't take what we call unreasonable and unwise risks so that they will not risk you.
Wow, this is a fantastic moment, and this has been a very rewarding conversation time. I believe you love every part of knowledge which the speakers here dispense to you. And I would love to tell you that as an entrepreneur, your life story in business is never and will never be complete if there is no stress of challenges. You must have challenges in order to strive. You must have challenges in order to thrive in business. This has been a wonderful moment with Mr. Michael Mustafa.
Ahmed Michael
Mustafa, the consultant of Make and Moves Consulting International. And also, thank you very much, Miss Joy Essien, the CEO of Twice as Nice. We really love and appreciate your time here. And if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please click on the subscription button. Till next episode, we love and care about you. Take care.